I was thinking about this, and I think there are various sources that say this, that you obviously have permanent allegiance based on being born in whatever country you're from. That's what everybody recognizes. But you also have local allegiance when you are on the soil of this other sovereign. And I was thinking, I, a U.S. citizen, am visiting Japan. And what it means is that, if I steal someone's wallet in Japan, the Japanese authorities can arrest me and prosecute me. It's allegiance, meaning can they control you as a matter of law. I can also rely on them if my wallet is stolen to, under Japanese law, go and prosecute the person who has stolen it. So there's this relationship based on, even though I'm a temporary traveler, I'm just on vacation in Japan, I'm still locally owing allegiance in that sense.
How are y'all not embarrassed? No, seriously, like, how are you not embarrassed by Ketanji Brown Jackson? How can you not be? Seriously, how can you not be absolutely disgusted by that retarded display? Yeah, I gotta call it what it is, man. Retarded. It is that has to be. Ketanji Brown Jackson is objectively the dumbest, most inept, most incompetent Supreme Court justice I have ever fucking seen in my life. So, stealing someone's wallet in Japan makes you a Japanese citizen? What type of foolishness? You know what that is? You know what that is? Seriously. This is what happens when communists are out and proud about this is the wider lesson, actually. Communists are loud and proud when they're loud and proud about what they want and about what exactly it is they want to do. They end up sounding like fucking morons. I mean, it's right there, folks. It's right fucking there. I steal a wallet in Japan that somehow makes you a Japanese citizen. Yeah, let's see. It's so crazy because there's an example of this, right? Let's see how well that works out for fucking Johnny Somali over there in Korea, who ironically, crazy, funnily enough, he actually broke plenty of laws in Japan, and they kicked his ass out until he got to Korea. And after getting beat up a few times by some of the natives out there, he's going to go to prison for a very long time. And you know what's going to end up happening? They're going to deport his fucking ass back here to the United States. When leftists are not able to subvert, when they're not able to lie, when they are forced to stand on their square, they look like fucking morons. And they get told no every single time. You see that all the time. You see that, you see, and think of it this way. Black Democrats, pro-Democrat blacks, ought to be fucking embarrassed right now. Because here is a black woman, a miscegenating white woman at that. I mean, black woman at that, sorry. Here she is, apparently, obviously, really, on the side of illegal migrants, illegal aliens, continuing to get, the children of illegal immigrants, continuing to get anchor citizenship. When it's very clear, when the senator who wrote the bill in the 1800s, the 19th century, was very, very clear that the bill was not meant for everyone. The 14th Amendment was only meant for the descendants of slaves who had just been freed. That's it. And in typical white liberal fashion, Democrats decided that, yep, we're going to take that. We're going to take, quote unquote, birthright citizenship and apply it to anyone born here in the United States, regardless of the citizenship status, regardless of the status of the parents. So in other words, what they did was they took something that was meant for black people, used it for everyone else, watered down the black vote, and then put a black woman on, and then a black woman becomes the face of it in the highest court of the land. You Democrat blacks you pro-Democrat blacks ought to be fucking ashamed of yourselves. You should. Because Ketanji Brown Jackson actively argued against the best interest of black people. And she's doing it from the highest court. She's doing it from the highest court in the judicial system. But y'all wanted the symbolism. Y'all wanted to feel good instead of actually getting someone competent. And y'all will sit up and scream all day about how much of a coon Clarence Thomas is, and how y'all will say some of the most hateful shit about Clarence Thomas and everything else. And I'm telling you right now, when you have that fucking retard KBJ sitting right there, you have no moral authority to say anything about that man anymore. Because if Clarence Thomas is a coon, then clearly that means that Ketanji Brown Jackson is just as much of a coon, isn't it? Or does it only matter when when the coon is ruling in the favor of Democrats? That's a serious question we all need to be asking right now. But yeah, KBJ's got it. Like, I've never seen anything like that in my life. That woman's got to go. I am tired of this shit I am tired of this obsession with symbolism from black people. Your obsession with symbols. The symbols, to quote George Carlin, symbols are for the symbol-minded, and that's how you end up with a fucking theater kid as a Supreme Court justice. But what do I know? I don't know. My black card got taken a while back, so oh well.